And then when I got the role in Arrested Development and had this whole storyline that was really insane of being secretly in love with my first cousin, I just remember being really grateful as a kid to have such a strange storyline in a show as a kid, because I feel like teenage roles in TV shows are sort of stock and you don't get too much to sink your teeth into other than being precocious or being whatever. So I was excited about that, and it saw a lot of humor in it, and I just thought it was always really so funnily handled that Jason Bateman is just completely oblivious to it. I was just so excited to be a part of such a great troupe of actors too, and be around these people all the time was the greatest thing.
Do you know the last time that I made love to my wife?
No.
I'll tell you when.
No, don't.
See, nothing has ever been easy for us. I mean, the only reason she went out with me was to piss off her boyfriend. The only reason she ever married me was to piss off her mother. And then, of course, we couldn't conceive. So there was that famous ordeal.
What do you mean you couldn't conceive? Was maybe adopted? What? Is she not really related to me? Is she just some girl I know?
I was really excited when they started writing sort of these side storylines that involved myself and David Cross, like having one-on-one scenes together, because I loved David and I worshipped David actually before ever getting to meet him or work with him, because I watched Mr. Show growing up. Where I grew up, every Friday night there was the Tom Green Show and Mr. Show slotted as an hour, and me and my friend watched it like religiously. So when I heard David was potentially going to be in the pilot, I was like incredibly excited. And then they started writing scenes with David and I when he becomes kind of my roommate. We're like sharing the bunk bed at some point in one of the earlier seasons, and those were always so much fun to film and really hard for me to keep it together.
I have to wear it all the time. You'd never understand.
Oh, please. I'll never understand?
That you can never be nude?
I understand more than you'll never know.
Yeah, it was completely intimidating. They were completely encouraging and supportive with me and Alia, who was my cousin on the show, who, we were the two children on the show, and it's like, it just is intimidating because they're all operating on this insanely high level of intellect and humor, and they're so fast and they're so brilliant. But even though it was intimidating, I feel like we just benefited enormously by getting to be around it and soak them up and be part of it and just, be part of the fun that they were creating.